Hello, and welcome to Between Sundays. I'm Camden, and this is
Hannah. Hi.
your co-hosts are on an episode together.
Yay! So there was one time when one of our pastoral staff members was asked, "What do you do for work outside of Sunday mornings?" And we made us stop and think wow, I don't know if people genuinely know what the staff does during the work week. Mm-hmm. So yes, Deermeadows has a staff. Our office is open Monday through Thursday, and we're employed by 7 pastoral staff members who all have one admin. Mm-hmm. And then we also have a financial staff member who kind of handles our HR-based stuff and our finances. We have our maintenance and grounds hospitality team. And then in addition, we have a couple other part-time staff that assist, like an AV tech and our music team. And then on top of that, we have a weekday preschool. They're not part of the office staff, but they are considered Deermeadows staff. We have the preschool directors, we have the preschool teachers, and the preschool teaching assistants. And I'm sure there's other jobs in there that I'm not aware of, but we actually have a pretty large staff. And we also want to say that a lot of the ministries that happen here would not be possible without our volunteers.
Yes.
So if you're a volunteer, thank you so much for all that you do.
Yes, shout out to you.
Yay.
So what do we do outside of Sundays? Because I feel like it's a lot, but maybe people don't know. So let's talk about what happens between the Sundays.
Yes. Yeah, well, it depends on the ministry, first of all. So what Camden and I do may not be we do a couple of the same things.
Yeah.
But in general, there are a lot of things that we do that are different from each other. Mm-hmm. And so Camden is in student and missions ministry, yes. And I'm in connections, which is young and medium adult ministry as well. And we both work in communications. Mm-hmm. And then there's other staff members that do worship and music. There's our lead pastor who plans sermons and children's ministry. We're not involved in that, but everyone has a different part to play.
Yeah. So
our staff handles so many different things on a regular basis, from buying the grape juice that goes in the communion cups to, filling the bags for the children to pick up on Sundays for service. Mm-hmm. We also handle all of the slides that go on the screens during service. We handle the social media aspect of it. What else? Yeah. What are some other details that the staff do that I'm not thinking of?
I mean, there's
so many
people who cook dinner on Wednesday nights.
We have our finance administrative team also helps our budget. Mm-hmm. They make sure they help us reduce our budget and our bills. They make sure the bills are paid, so we have electricity and water running on a regular basis. So there's just a lot of little things that need to be handled by staff on a regular basis that you may not think about. Mm-hmm. We're not a business, but we kind of run like a regular business would, if you think of it that way.
If you see it on a Sunday morning and you're like, oh, that looks like it has a lot of work into it, probably because it does, and it's being done throughout the week.
And some of that is handled by our volunteers. We do have an amazing volunteer team that comes and helps out.
Yep.
Yes. So Camden, what does a typical day look like for you?
A typical day changes depending on the season for me, but right now in this season, I'm helping Chris get things back together for Wednesday nights to kick back off for our student ministry, and then we just finished up with Mission Jack, so we're buttoning up some little things that had to be cleaned up after that. ESL is coming back, so helping them plan out with registration forms and with dates and graphics that they may need. And then my normal stuff, just like scheduling stuff on social media, I do that week by week. And then obviously working with you with podcast stuff and getting that stuff scheduled and buttoned up. Yeah, that's pretty much it. And then like Wednesday nights, Sunday mornings, I help with the student band, I help plan games in the student cafe that happens on Wednesday nights. So, and what do you do on a normal day?
Again, it varies. For example, while we're filming this Sunday we have leader launch, And then next Wednesday, we have the ice cream social. And then the following week are when all of the small groups start back up on Wednesday nights and all the other activities. So for adult ministry, at least with Wednesday nights, I kind of help coordinate all of the adult D groups. I also help with all the promotions that go out. So the D group sheet that you see on the tables, that's me. I also help with the promotions on like the walls and stuff that people can see and take home with them. I'm working on that thing that goes in the bathroom stalls. We call it the stall news in the office, just if you wanted to know. It's like the event sheet for each month or month and a half or so. But yeah, for leader launch, we're offering training for our leaders, our amazing team of volunteers that come in every week and help lead our small groups, and they do so much more than that. But yeah, so we're prepping for that. We make sure we order lunch and all that kind of stuff, and then the ice cream social, I kind of helped delegate that this year. There's so many aspects of it, and each ministry plays a part in it, so I kind of just helped coordinate what was going to happen, and we just made sure the event's going to happen. What else? I edited another podcast episode, not this one, obviously, but I edited a podcast episode 10. I have taken a look at the social media and whatnot for the next couple months, kind of looking at what's ahead, what's going on. What else? You and I both answer phones. We help answer the front door when people come to visit. What else do? We do a lot more than that, but just a kind of general overview. With staff does have a staff meeting every Monday. That's kind of like a regrouping on like how our week went with ministry, what worked, what didn't work, some praises, some things to highlight. We also discuss what's ahead, what our plans are, and then we sit down and look at the prayer guide that goes out during the week, and we sit and pray over our church members and friends and family members of our church members. So it's a nice time to kind of sit and regroup before a week starts. So
and there's a lot of other things behind the scenes that many people don't realize we even have. Like, we have a program called Shelby Next. And Hannah, would you like to tell us about Shelby Next?
Sure. Okay, so I wrote notes because my brain's not working. Okay, so Shelby Next is a church management system, and a lot of the things that we use it for, I'm going to give you a general overview because there's a lot of details that we're kind of managing as staff. But in general, we use it to kind of record attendance, to keep track of all of our people visiting, regularly attending. We even keep track of people's giving. Now, that's only for our finance team to handle, but it's a great way for us to kind of plan our budget for the next year and kind of look at how we allocate resources that are given to the church. And we want to be wise and good stewards, so it's a great way to do that within a program. The program also helps us reach our members via email or text. So if you get a text message from us, like, that helps us send it to hundreds of people on a regular basis. It's really, really helpful. And the app, it has an app, but it does help us develop an app, a website, and we can produce like sign-up forms. So if you've ever signed up for an event, that's through Shelby Next. So we have this like one for all program that we use for our regular day-to-day life in the church, and I don't know where we'd be without it, because I live on Shelby Next.
And if you haven't already, check out our website and app, deermeadows.org. Very helpful, very resourceful.
It is.
And then on top of that, we also have social media aspect of things. We use Meta Business Suite to schedule posts on both Facebook and Instagram. And we can also use that system to look back and look at our content and say, okay, this was working, this got a lot of views, this had a lot of outreach. Maybe this one didn't go so well, it kind of flopped, but it's okay because we can take that and put it towards good use, towards other things. And
we learn from it.
For sure. And so we just kind of keep track of like what's working, what's not, what's getting the views, what's getting the likes, what's getting the comments. And we try to do that so that not only can you as people of Deermeadows get to see our events and what we're doing within the church, but also outreach in our community. And maybe somebody who lives down the street who doesn't even know that this church exists may see our post and say, hey, I'm free this Sunday, I'll go to church there. So it's a great tool for a lot of invite and just discipleship.
So we also utilize the YouTube platform that we have, which, as a podcast plug, Make sure that you like and subscribe. And if you're really enjoying our episodes, please share them.
Yes.
Most of what we publish on social media is intended to be a tool, whether it's for promoting events like Camden said, inviting people to church, or our podcast. Our hope for our podcast is for it to develop into a discipleship tool and kind of help answer any kind of questions that you may have. Today is not a very deep diving one. It's kind of more answering the questions you may have about your personnel and staff at the church and what we do on a regular basis, but we do aim to answer a lot of your faith-based questions as well. So the more that you interact with us, the easier it is for us to kind of see the impact that we're having, and our hope is that we can reach more people and share the good news, great joy that is for all people.
Yep. Yeah, and speaking of events, we have a lot of events in the church that happen every year. Some are just little spurts that happen every now and then, but how are events planned?
Oh, there's two ways. There's sometimes it feels like a very long and arduous process, and sometimes we have events that just happen on the regular, and we just plan for them ahead of time. So for an example, Easter never changes. The date is always on a Sunday. It's always Easter Sunday, so we can kind of plan ahead. Hey, Easter Sunday, Good Friday, Ash Wednesday, and Maundy Thursday. They're out of order, but they're always on the calendar. They will be not the same day every year, but they will always be there because that's a regular date. Same thing with Christmas Eve and the and other holidays we can kind of plan ahead for. Yep. Fall Festival, Carols by Candlelight, large events like that, church-wide, those ones almost always are around the same time every single year.
Yep.
And so we can kind of anticipate that those are going to happen. Or a lot of times what we love to see is when our staff puts them on the calendar a year in advance. So the second Fall Festival is over, we put it on the calendar for next year. So a lot of times it's on the calendar, and then we start promotions. That's kind of where Camden and I get involved. We start promoting events, like 6 weeks out if it's large, and a large event is like 100, 150, and then church-wide events are typically 6 weeks. Occasionally we get ones that are a little bit longer. But if you're thinking like, hey, events are they're just out right now, no, man, we've been planning events for a very long time.
Yep. Like VBS that just ended, already on the calendar for 2026. We already know the dates for it. So.
Yeah. So we try to stay ahead of things as much as possible. That way we can accurately communicate information to you, and that way like you'll know how to share it with your friends if you're interested in inviting somebody, when you can sign up, all of those good details. So what goes into promotions, I guess, is our next like big question.
Promotions, well, we can promote on many platforms, from social media, e-news, graphics, website. What am I missing?
Podcast.
We
try not to promote too much on the podcast, but
yeah, so there's many platforms, and even the platform on Sunday morning, we can promote events through the platform.
But they do take time to create, and we want to make sure that they look really great, so you're interested in coming to these events.
Right.
So sometimes we'll have a design that we think looks really cool, and then it doesn't. And so it needs to go back for review. And so sometimes they take us a little while, which is why we start so far ahead of the game if we can. So the events that we plan take a lot of work, and we're just happy when people show up and have a great time and spend time worshiping or learning more about Jesus together.
Yeah. So. And then there's always the occasional when things don't exactly line up correctly, and some things maybe go a little awry, maybe a little wrong. What do we have in place
to
when that happens?
It depends on what goes wrong. Sometimes you'll see like a small thing that goes wrong is like if an event has been left on the website a little bit too long. I hear back about it. It's not harming anybody, but it is a little frustrating. I get that. So that's an easy fix. But my favorite is when they go on the platform to announce an event, and either the slide behind the pastor who's announcing it is wrong, has like the wrong date, or the price for the event. If there's a price, there's not always a price, but when there is, sometimes it's not right.
Yeah.
Or one time we had a pastor say that an event had like a certain kind of snack, and we weren't prepared to have
We
that
weren't
certain kind
prepared
of
to have
snack.
that
So we made plans to get that kind of snack, but a lot of times what we do is we kind of either just brush it off, or we have some staff members that have a great sense of humor, and they're able to kind of recoup a lot faster than we expect.
Yeah.
So they'll look up on the screen and they'll see that it's wrong, or sometimes you guys give us feedback. Like if you've ever been in a service and you hear people go, "No, that's not right," they'll laugh it off, and hopefully you get a good laugh out of it too.
Yep.
And we just kind of move on.
Yep.
We
have
correct
to
it.
give each other grace, like God gives us grace, and mistakes happen. And we're human.
I know. And I think sometimes, most of the time, they're not that serious.
No.
If it's a serious one, a lot of times what we'll do is the staff will have like a meeting to kind of discuss what went wrong and like how we're going to fix it. And then we just push forward and move on from there. And you guys are thankfully very understanding. You have a very great sense of humor. And so we're very appreciative that our church has so many amazing members that have grace for us too.
Yes. Anything else?
I don't think so. We want to thank you guys for your support. We're here to help support you as well. Just if you ever have any questions, please send them to us at questions@deermeadows.org. And your staff's here Monday through Thursday. I think it's 8 to 5.
8 to 5.
Yeah.
8 to
We're
5.
here 8 to 5.
Yeah.
And we want to help support you. So again, anytime you have questions, call our church office. We'd love for you to come visit.
Yep.
Church is not just for Sundays.
Right? It's for
between Sundays. So thank you so much. We just appreciate you guys.
And thank you for watching today and joining in. If you liked this episode, make sure to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel.
We see those analytics.
Yes. And like Hannah mentioned, any questions you have, make sure to send them in at questions@deermeadows.org. And until next time.
Bye.